So in this section, we're going to be talking about CSS and how do we include CSS inside our app. First of all, you have to go to the how to include CSS folder to find the script we're going to use. This is the index.html file, and this is our style.css. So this is just, I told you already, in CSS we have what you call, if you want to CSS, we have tag 1, which is the name of a class. This is the name, and we have tag 2. So this is how you put it. The property 1, you give the value. Property 2, you give its value. This property can either be width, height, font color, background color. The same thing can also apply to this particular tag. So these are CSS are usually written. So you can see I put it in the style.css file. We have our index.html. If you look at this index.html, we have just a simple HTML here. We have our head. So this is where we're going to put in our dependencies and metadata. We have our body. We are going to put in our contents. So you can see our style sheet now. Just for example, now let's say we're trying to use this CSS file. This is how we link it to this HTML using style.css. We have our CSS and we have our style. So these are the two ways I could actually link my CSS. Either I put it directly through the head inside my HTML document. This is only useful if, for example, the CSS you're using is not much, but in case you have a lot of CSS to use, then it's best you just use this particular style sheet. You link it using this particular style.css. So now I'm going to go to my body. I'm now going to refer to it. You know, I gave it, already assigned all my p tag here to have a color of red. So once I put my style, so this is the second method. Then the third method is actually to use it inside my HTML attributes. But most of the time, this is not encouraged in production because you are going to be using a lot of CSS. The best way is usually to attach it as a separate file on its own through the head tag. So I can also give a CSS here using the HTML attribute. I could just even put the whole CSS inside my head. So these are the various ways of using a CSS. So the best way usually to use what in a Shiny app, if you are using a Shiny app, the best way is to use the dependency, which we talked about, the HTML dependency. You can now give your name, CSS dependency, the version, and you also give the paths. So just like I gave the path here, style.css, you can give the paths and also the file name. What's the name of that particular file? So the path can be the folder where your CSS is, like www/, and your file name is going to be the name of the CSS, style.css. So, and how do you now use it? You can now use tag list. So tag is going to be the name of the tag where you want to apply your CSS on, while CSS dep is going to be this particular CSS dependency.